Hello you guys, I have been on Tirzepatide for 30 days on 2.5 milligrams partnered with WeightCare, and today I wanted to talk about the good, the bad, the TMI. If you're thinking about starting a GLP-1, I want to be as open and as honest and as vulnerable as I can be. I was one of those people that were really scared to start a medication because of the side effects and because of the unknowns, and it wasn't until I saw people close to me get on it, have success, and maintain their success. That's a really big key factor right there, that I felt like, okay, I can do this. I'm ready to give it a try, because the years are going to pass on anyways, and I had already been tracking calories, exercising, drinking my water, tracking my protein, and yes, I was seeing success, but I was quickly regressing. When you struggle with obesity, if you know, binging it's difficult to struggle with. If you're not one of those people that struggle with obesity or with food addiction or with binge eating, then you're not gonna get it, and that's okay. This video is not for you if you're a weight loss medication hater. Again, this video is not for you. This is me just sharing my honest experience for the first 30 days in case there's people that are contemplating it and just want to know what it's like and what to expect. So let's start off with the good. I lost a total of 9.4 pounds. I started this Tirzepatide journey at 238 pounds, and 30 days in I weighed in at 228.6. I do want to set the proper expectation with you. Some people do require a higher dose in order to start feeling the effects. I feel really lucky in that I started feeling the effects pretty quickly. I started feeling fuller faster. I stopped having as many cravings. I also felt like food was easy, which when you struggle with obesity, binge eating, or food addiction, food is not easy, and it's hard to know when to stop. Sometimes it's like there's something inside of you that just can't stop, and that's just how it feels. Like I said, if you can't relate, that's completely okay. This video is not for everyone. It was also so much easier to stick to my deficit. I've been documenting my journey here on YouTube for years, and one thing that I struggle with is doing a calorie deficit and then binge eating on the days that I don't track for my calorie deficit. And so the fact that it's been so much easier to stick to my deficit and then to not binge as a result of it has been honestly amazing, and that's why I've been able to see such good results within my first 30 days. It's also so much easier for me to eat veggies and to avoid carbs. I guess I should say I was a carb lover. Like, I always felt like I needed French fries or tortillas or bread or chips. Like, it's hard to describe the need that I felt within me, but to now not have that exist is honestly amazing. I've already noticed way less inflammation. I feel so much more confident. If you struggle with food, then sometimes it can be really easy to get insecure, especially when you're eating out with family or friends and you feel like you're the one that's eating all of your food or eating in such a rush. It's been so freeing and such a relief to not feel like food is controlling you. Now let's talk about the bad, the side effects. Side effects are common with every single medication, and the same is true with GLP-1s, with weight loss meds. A lot of the common ones are like nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, fatigue, abdominal pain. Those are like the ones that come to mind. Do a Google search, do some research. Thankfully, I have not struggled with every single one, but I have had a few. This is so TMI, but it's one of the side effects, and it's one of the side effects that I've had, diarrhea, and so embarrassing, but it is what it is. And I noticed that I got diarrhea every single time that I got diarrhea. It was when I ate something greasy, something that I should not have eaten, something that does not align with a weight loss journey. And so now I definitely think 1, 2, 3 times before I eat something greasy, because I will feel it. Nausea I haven't really struggled with anymore. I noticed that if I eat too big of meals, or if I'm not eating, if I go too long without eating, that's whenever I will start to feel nauseous. But I've been pretty good about that. I have not felt nauseous too often, and it was mainly that first week. Right after that first shot is when I started to feel the most nausea, but since then I've been pretty good. Vomiting and constipation have been 2 of the side effects that I have not struggled with, and I think it might be because, number 1, I don't eat super large meals and I try my best not to overeat. Thankfully with the medication it makes it kind of difficult. I've just been listening to those hunger cues. And constipation, I'm eating a lot of veggies. I'm prioritizing my vegetables, I'm prioritizing my water intake, I'm being very intentional about my fiber, and so I think that's why I have not had either one of those side effects. Abdominal pain, I've had like stomach cramps with the diarrhea and it's not fun and definitely makes you not want to eat greasy food. Fatigue. Fatigue was probably my worst side effect. It was definitely the most loud, the hardest to ignore, because I'm not a person that normally feels that type of extreme fatigue. So being that tired was just like, whoa, I have never felt like this tired at the end of the day. Thankfully, it was only at the end of the day, and I do have a lot on my plate. I'm a full-time student, I'm a mother, I'm a homemaker, I am a research assistant, I'm a content creator. Like, there's definitely a lot of things going on, and so rightfully so, having kids alone is just kind of exhausting. But I will say it peaked week 2 and 3, and week 4 I felt like this newfound energy, and I was like, wow, I feel amazing. So I feel like the medication has finally started to completely adapt, and I'm feeling really good. I no longer feel that extreme fatigue, which is really amazing. I'm really glad to be out of it. I did read that it can take 4 to 8 weeks for your body to adjust to the medication, and so I feel like that's at the point that I'm at, and I'm feeling really good so far. I have still had some gas, and it's just really smelly. Really bad smelling gas, but it's only when I eat bad, and so that's another reason not to eat bad. Another one of the bad things of my 30 days on Tirzepatide has been the negative opinion or negative feedback of people. Sometimes I will say people come from a good place, and they come from a place of concern, and they just want to ensure that you know the risks, that you understand the medication that you're taking, and that I understand. But when people come from it from a point of like, you're taking the easy way out and you're cheating, I don't think those people quite understand what it is to struggle with obesity, what it is to struggle with binge eating or food addiction. Like, there's no way to explain it to somebody that just doesn't understand. When your brain is not wired that way, you just won't get it, and that's okay. My top 3 tips for starting on a weight loss medication. 1, act like you're on a weight loss journey. I know that kind of sounds like common sense, but I do find that a lot of people expect that the medication is just gonna magically make them lose weight. It does help with curbing your appetite, food noise, and making you feel fuller faster, but I recommend track your calories, track your protein, especially track your water, eat your veggies, exercise, build those good habits that are going to ensure that you are on a track to lose weight, but also so that when you get off of the medication, you do have those sustainable habits built into your everyday lifestyle. Tip number 2, recognize that not everyone's going to understand, and that's okay. Starting on a weight loss medication is a very personal choice, and it's also between you and your doctor. I do recommend getting a doctor's opinion to ensure that your labs are good and that you're a good candidate for the medication, but just keep in mind that some people are going to have negative opinions about it, and that's okay. Tip number 3, research and ensure that you're going with a reputable company to get your GLP-1 medication. Sometimes people mix it themselves. I've heard people getting stuff from like black market China or gray market or things like that. I would say for me personally, I'm too much of a scaredy cat for all of that. To me, it was important to work with a company like WeightCare, where I knew I was working under the supervision and working with a doctor, an actual medical MD, getting my lab work done and having access to that support, because I just want to make sure that I'm doing this as healthy as I can. At the end of the day, it's a medication that I'm injecting into my body, and I want to make sure that I'm doing that as safely as possible. If you are considering starting a GLP-1 and want to work with a reputable company that provides a lot of support throughout your journey, I highly recommend working with WeightCare. I will put their link in the description box below if you want to check them out, want to do research and get information on pricing. Everything is very transparent on their website. I also have a coupon code Monique 200 that saves you $200 on your first program. If you have any questions about WeightCare, Tirzepatide, my journey, what I'm doing, leave the questions in the comment section down below, and I'll make a Q&A video to follow up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to continue to follow along my weight loss journey as I lose 100+ pounds. Thank you for all of the love and support, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.